It's in me. It's in me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I think I am. I got my volume on. I'm crazy. Okay, you will probably never see me do that again. You will, but you get what I'm saying. You understand me. It is Sunday, January 28th, 2024. I do sound a lot better, I guess. Pardon the circumstances that I'm going through right now. We'll talk about that soon. But yeah, all is well. No. Okay, that's a lie. But I'm up. I'm moving. The dog has gotten me up. So she really wants to go dogging after this podcast. She don't understand nothing. Who am I kidding? Okay, this is what she did yesterday. Like I said, she's the one who gets me up on the weekend, right? So yesterday, what ended up happening was she tapped the bed, just lightly, and then she did it again more aggressively, and I got up. I got up to let her go pee, and as I was still tired, and then I went back upstairs. She went back upstairs. She tapped the back bed again. I don't know what was wrong with this dog, so we ended up getting up together. We went dogging, and she was cool with that. So I thought that she did that mainly to make sure that she was using the restroom, but no, she was ready for me to get up so we can start our day together. Crazy, ridiculous, right? It's mind blowing. So I cannot sleep in. This thing is trained me. She wants what she wants, like everybody else in this house, and you got to give it to them. So it doesn't matter what I want; it's what they want. So yeah, so that's her. So she's ready to rock and roll. Hopefully, I can get this done, get out of here, and then we can do our thing. But other than that, so what's been going on with me? I am still waiting for these images to do this, still processing them. You probably have so many different ratings. I mean, people that he's doing work for, but I'm still waiting. So there's not much I could do about the listings part in Amazon. So I don't know what told me to go ahead and check Amazon brand registry, but I did. And when I checked it, it was some other page. I don't know what happened, but it said rejected again. No real explanations or response, but it said that something's not tied together, blah, 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 blah. So I looked at it and I just responded pretty much essentially the exact same information that I gave them already. I said, here's the trademark, pending trademark number. Here's where the business is at. This is a Texas business. I even gave my EIN. I'm like, dude, what do you need from me? You know? So then I tried to make a call. They didn't really make a call. It didn't go through. And then they said I can wait from 11 to 11:30. Just totally BS. Oh, nobody gave me a call during that time at all. I talked to a chat person. The chat person said he was going to do something. He didn't do crap. So it's still an open case, I believe. They probably closed it. Who knows? And now I'm still dealing with the crap. All right. It's not cool. So I'm just here. And then yesterday I was trying to get the office studio looking the way I needed to. I had a desk. Not a desk, but I had a bookshelf that I was going to use. I already bought one, but I wanted to use this bookshelf just to see if it would fit. But it's slightly a little bit longer than what I will want, just because it's not flush to the window seal. It sticks out just enough to be annoying. So The other one was supposed to get here yesterday at 10. It didn't move. It said it finally shipped. So now it's saying it's going to get here tomorrow or Monday. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I edited another video for YouTube. I sent it out. That's good. I'm not even looking at them. I'm just posting them, getting them out. I'm glad that I looked at it because it was crap. I mean, it's still crap, but it's less crappier than what I produced, you know. And I don't know, I just don't like the way that iPhone 4K images come out. They do look grainy. It could be the lighting. It could be too dark of a room. So that's one thing that I will be working on. I've been looking at lights placements and looking at different other YouTube videos of small spaces. But yeah, so that's kind of like where I'm at with all this stuff right now. And yeah, so I don't know why I'm so like I feel energized. I feel ready to do whatever in the world. I don't know what this is because I was so down yesterday. I was like, I'm not going to do nothing. Why should I do anything? Because the world is pissing me off right now. But yeah, so that's kind of like what we got going on right now. So yeah, and the YouTube algorithms and how to do that and all that stuff. I think I will get into that eventually soon. But right now, I just need to keep posting. I just need to keep posting, figuring out what I need to do with that and go from there, because it's a hard game. It's a hard thing to kind of really figure out. But again, I'm not good at it because I don't do it. And as I practice more, I will get better at it, right? That's what they tell you. And I think what I'm going to do now, just for shits and giggles, and just to get comfortable around the camera, as you'll probably see my confidence going down a little bit because I'm more comfortable with podcasting, knowing that I'm podcasting without visual. I'm going to incorporate I don't know what I'm going to do with this footage. I mean, I'm going to keep the podcast, but the footage that I do video at the same time, I don't know if I'm going to keep that. But I do have a topic today, sort of loosely. We're going to talk about it, of what I know about it, and we will go from there, okay? So let me grab the stuff real quick. It's going to be a lot of fun, right? Stuff. I'm not going to put this on airplane because there's no need to. There you go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm recording the podcast, and I am also doing a visual of my of the podcast too. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the footage that I have with the podcast. I have my headphones on so I can record sound so it can hear me. And it does a really good job for the most part. Of course, I have the Rode mics, which are okay. I'm starting to get the use of them. But other than that, that's what we got going. So we're going to go ahead and talk into this screen and all that stuff and just make sure I don't turn this off. I'll be pissed if I turn this off mid-podcast and nobody can understand what I'm hearing. But I do have the audio for the other stuff. I don't know if I need to keep this mic close. Let's just do this and see where it goes. So, what are we going to talk about today? I think some of the stuff that we should talk about is something that I'm not really used to. or accustomed to, which is coffee drinks. One of the things that I like to do when I drink coffee is just drink coffee. I drink it black 98% of the time. From time to time, I do decaf with creamer, to get that sweet taste. I do espresso from time to time and also do milk drinks with espresso. And for the most part, that's the that's my limit, or that's my comfortableness, so to speak, when it comes to this whole coffee drinks world. And supposedly I think it's a big deal, right? Not for me, but for other people. So I do have a friend, he's in California. He buys quite a bit of coffee from us. And then he makes a lot of alcoholic type of drinks. So I'm I will reach out to him to get his recipe on one thing, and then we'll see from there. But when I went to Seattle, that's one of the things that we did go through. We went through the Starbucks over there. And when we went to the Starbucks, it was really cool just because, dog, leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's not food. Okay? It's not food. It's not. So yeah, so we went over there and they made us a couple alcoholic drinks and other drinks too. And it was interesting, martini, coffee, espresso martini, and other stuff. I think my brother had something different, friend had something different, all that good stuff. But it's one of those things where it's not really appealed to me. I don't think I'm a purist in the sense of saying that, but they don't really do much at all for me. You know, I just like drinking coffee the way it not meant to be, but it's that I'm used to drinking, you know, or the way that most people drink it. And I think if somebody was to make a coffee drink beverage or whatnot, it's mostly in the evening to kind of spice it up and all that good stuff. But I am not so much of a coffee drinks type of person. And I think that's the end of the conversation, right? But so I think by me not knowing something, it's okay for me to explore and understand why people like what they like and how that's going to be helpful to them, especially with messing around with different coffees, because you can make a drink, but as you make a drink, one of the things that I'm understanding is that you may not be using the right coffee. I think if it's like a chocolatey type of, you know, cocoa type of recipe, like hot chocolate, then I think you can mostly use a Brazilian, Mexican, South American, Central American type of coffee that doesn't explode in your mouth with fruits and acidity, right? But sometimes you may want that, depending on the type of mixed drink. It could be like a fruit-based mixed drink, and you're putting some sugar in it some way, somehow, and you want that crisp acidity in that coffee. So I think that's where I can help and be more helpful, be beneficial to people, because that's one of the things that I think that people will like to understand, because a lot of times when people say coffee, they say coffee, right? And when they say coffee, a lot of times it's like a Brazilian type of coffee, something that's just chocolate notes, diner coffee, something that's not intimidating to you, something that does work. But it's one of those things that I think we could elevate people's coffee drinks by picking the right coffee for the application. And that works for anything, really. You want to pick the right coffee for the mood that you're in, what you care about, all that good stuff, what you're going to be mixing it with, you know. And then a lot of times that's where the roaster comes into play, to kind of help out people to understand what's really out there, what they really care about. And I will understand that a little bit more as I figure it out with this stuff, right? So, acidity, application, and what is the job? What are you trying to get out the end goal? I think that's really one of the things that is going to be important in understanding, discovering the right coffee for you when you make your mixed drink or your coffee drinks or whatnot. So I'm going to go into a research phase, and I'll present that to you as I go on with what makes sense for you. And this is going to be fun. So I think the reason why I brought up coffee drinks is I think that's one of the things people are looking for on YouTube, which is weird again, because I'm coming back and I'm talking about something that I don't give a shit about or have any care about, but it's extremely important to other people, right? It seems that way, but it has to be relatable. It has to be where you can touch it, you can do something about it. So that's where I'm going to be in the rabbit hole of really understanding why this is what it is, why people care about this. And I think what it is, if I had to really be honest about it or be objective, is that it gives people another avenue of drinking coffee. Because I'm perfectly fine with drinking coffee the way it is and coming back and getting something different or the same the next go around, right? But it gives people a reason to try different perspectives of that coffee. And that's something that I'm not aware of, familiar with, don't really understand. And it's interesting, right? So I think I may actually chop this up and put this in a video or YouTube, whatever, but we'll see. But for the most part, I think that's where I'm at with a lot of this stuff. It's just filling things out. I may not even use this footage, but brainstorming, getting things out, practicing in front of the camera. That's really where it's at. So with that being said, that's what I got going. That's the thing that I will start to explore more. And it doesn't have to be crazy. I just am going to start making drinks and just tell you why this drink is being made. And then we're going to make another drink and another drink and another drink. And I think that can be just an episode within itself. It can be explaining to you why I'm doing what I'm doing, why it's important, what I'm planning to get out of this coffee or this drink that has the coffee in it. and yeah, so that's going to be fun. So first thing first, I think I will start to edit the other video that I do have. And the next topic that I already have the videos, I'll work on the B-roll also. I will play around with that later today. And then I will start on the journey, so to speak, of putting things out there, getting more comfortable with what I'm trying to figure out. And in this case, what I'm trying to figure out is drinks, coffee drinks, why they're critical, why they are what they are, and to really understand that world, because that's a different world. And it's a world that may put me in the rabbit hole of making more coffee recipes, and I put it in a book and I give it out to people. That's actually something I'm looking into doing. I have so many things on my plate that I want to do, but there's things that are in front of me that I need to tackle first, like the Amazon stuff, and then whatever else. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell. So hopefully, two things I really want to get done this week. Some of it is in my control. A lot of it isn't. But we're going to make it to be in my control, which is get the listings up for Amazon, those two listings, at least the pictures going. Then I can work on the images. I mean the words and all that stuff. And then once I get that going, I can start with the copy. And the copy should be interesting. I'll get a couple of different ideas about that. And we'll continue to do what we need to do for the room. Oh, my picture came out really good. Let me show you my picture. There it is. See it? There's my kitchen, but there's my picture. This is one of my favorite pictures right here. I'm going off topic again, as I usually do. But this picture right here, I think it's cool. I think it's cool as hell. And again, this is engineer mindset and all that. So put it off to the side. You can barely see it, but what it is a power lines, and there's birds and all that crap on it. And for the most part, you wouldn't think about anything of it. But the thing about photography and images a lot of times is that there's a story behind what they're giving to you, right? And in this case, it's one of those things that it took me a while to do. I saw this image for a long time. There was a park, a little shit park, so to speak, where people usually let their dogs poop around a circle. And sometimes people do tracks and laps and stuff like that around it too. And the thing about that particular day or time was that it was fall time. So fall time, the to me the skies are looking a lot better. It's more eerie, it's more dramatic. And during the time, that's when the birds are thinking about migrating, I think. So they stay there for a while and they leave, they stay, they leave, and then they eventually leave. You don't see them till later on, next time, around that time next year, right? So during this time, there's tons of birds, and this is more so in the evening. So the skies are getting a little darker. Of course, there's some big netting that I put on the picture. I love doing that when I'm trying to overemphasize something in particular, right? Mainly if it's in the middle of the image. But this time, I had a couple of birds on the far left side of the image that are just chilling on the power line. And the way that the power lines crisscross and everything, it was perfectly centered the way I want it to. So if the birds weren't there, it would be an okay picture. The birds right in the middle of the picture because they are literally in the middle of where you can see it being framed. And then on the far, and then there's still some crisscrossing power lines at the bottom of the image. And then there's what is there? There is a light pole at the bottom. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I think I may make that my image of the of this podcast if I could find it. I know I can find it. But yeah, so it's one of my pictures. It's one of those things where it's pretty damn awesome, you know? I really do like it. I really do like the way it came out and all that stuff. So so yeah, that's gonna be my image, I think, for my episode probably. But yeah, so that's my image. I have it up. It's a 16 by 20 with no matting. Just the picture, that's it. And I like the way it came out. So that's what it is, you know. So I think I've rambled long enough. I won't keep you today if you're here at all. But again, I don't know why I'm such good spirits right now of all the crap that I dealt with yesterday, but that's how things are sometimes, I guess. Sometimes you just gotta keep moving and bounce back and go from there. So with that being said, I hope that you have a great week and we will talk soon. And we go dog with this dog and have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.